Tried to go to work today, but the door was locked. It's on now, Pane One in the building. Today I got some hand-selected comedy gold. Episode 1. Let's get it.
I live in constant fear that the authorities will deport my mother-in-law who lives at 183 7 3rd Street, LA 9002. It's a blue house and she gets off work at about 6 p.m.
Mr. Benford, I have reviewed your case very carefully and have decided to give your wife $775 a week.
That's very fair and very nice of you, Your Honor. And might I say that when I do get employed, I'll try to add a little bit of my own money to what you're going to help out with.
That's hilarious.
If you try anything to raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it.
What did President Biden promise to veto? I have no idea. We're going to have to watch that again.
If you try anything to raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it.
Still didn't catch it. Maybe Brazilian jobs?
My friend is homeless, and after a long struggle he finally found a job.
Wow, but that's nice. You should be happy.
And the job is work from home.
My manager before he got hit by a car.
I ain't did it yet, but it's coming.
He ain't did it yet. Hey, if y'all liking this video so far, hit the subscribe button.
I know this isn't something that you're comfortable with, but you need to get some extra cash. And if you're considering robbing people, I just want to let you know you should start with the sex offenders. The sex offenders? Addresses are all online. You're easy to find.
What?
They're not allowed to own any guns.
Oh shit, bro, that makes sense.
You won't feel as bad for robbing them because they're sex offenders.
Hell yeah!
Get him.
He goes by Dill, though. You can just say Dill.
What's his last name?
Dill.
Doe?
Yeah.
Dill Doe? Yeah, right.
What's his name?
First name's Holden, last name Two Dicks.
Attention, marriage customers. Will Holden, Two Dicks, please come back to the building materials desk. Holden, Two Dicks.
Okay, and her name?
Her last name is Tracian.
Tracian?
And then first name is Penny.
Penny.
Yep.
Penny Tracian, can you please meet your party at the pickup and returns desk? Penny Tracian, please meet your party at the returns desk.
His last name is Owners. First name is Gabe.
Attention customers, meet your party.
Gabe Owners.
Gabe Owners.
Dixon Myers?
Yep.
Nice try.
What do you mean?
I'm not paging Dixon my ass.
That's like dead ass his name.
Where's Robert right there? I want to hear him page that.
Alright. Do you know how to call for my brother to meet me back up here? If you could.
That's what he wants, yeah.
You know how to do that.
Well, he said he couldn't.
What's your brother's name?
His last name is Maez. First name is Dixon.
Dixon Myers?
Yeah. Really appreciate it.
Attention, Walmart shoppers. Dixon Myers, please come to automotive. Dixon Myers, please come to automotive.
Perfect.
Nice, nice. So, where do you want to do this?
Don't love your job, job your love.
Don't die trying, try dying. Don't follow your dreams, dream of being followed.
Yes, sir! Yes.
Don't crack your fingers, finger your.
What is this called?
Gay.
Way.
Oh, way.
What is this called?
Gay.
Pay.
Oh, pay.
What is this called?
Gay.
Ray.
Oh, Ray.
What is this called?
Gay.
Lay. What is this called?
Gay.
Gas.
Oh, gas.
Hold up.
Hey, I don't think you should be dressed as Santa.
Why not?
It's confusing to children who think you're Santa.
Well, I'd like to hear what you think in the comments.
Before you give up, please remember Bruce Lee once said, proof that India is a safe country.
सुनता है कहाँ सुनने को है मिला चल गए तो मेरे देखा जो भटक गए
What brings you in?
Hi, my butt hurts, like around the entrance.
Around the entrance?
Yeah.
It's an exit, and it's going to keep hurting as long as you keep calling it an entrance.
Oh.
Change the traffic pattern, you'll think.
Before you give up, remember Arnold Schwarzenegger once said,
Hasta la vista, baby.
This is my impression of Donald Trump if he was a GPS. In 0.2 miles, you're gonna be turning right, okay? A beautiful, tremendous right turn.
Wait, don't we need to go left?
You know, we went left once with Joe Biden, and it was so bad with that. You look at what happened to the car when we went left. We ended up in a ditch, like America. And so we're going to be going right to get to every destination. We will be making right turns until we get there.
420, you know 420.
No, what's that?
You've never heard of 420? It includes smoking cannabis around the time 4:20 p.m. as well as on the date April 20th.
No, that's not what mine says. Mine says 420 was the birthday of Austrian-born German politician and the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, a fella went by the name of Adolf Hitler. There's a picture of him. Very compelling kind of a figure. Odd looking duck. But there's something about his eyes. Hold the fort. He hated Jews.
damn, is that true? The birthday part.
Who are you waiting for?
My friends?
Listen, we know you're here to see an 11-year-old girl.
She said she was 12.
Oh, hell no. I emailed this to my Japanese doctor friend. He replied, if lights stay on more than 4 hours, call electrician.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, fingers in. Okay, seatbelt comes off. There we go. Loop in. Okay, now with my other hand, I'm going to kick the seat back and I'm going to open the seat. I'm going to open the door, okay? 3, 2, 1. All the way down. I'm out and I can escape freely, okay?
Ah! 2 fingers. 2 fingers. Seat down.
In the arms
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna work.
I did not expect this. Watch this.
I know I shouldn't have done this. I am 83 years old. I was up in the McDonald's drive-thru this morning. The young lady behind me leaned on her horn and started mouthing some ugly things because I was taking too long to place my order. So when I got to the first window, I paid for her order along with my own. The cashier must have told her what I had done because as we moved up, she leaned out her window and waved to me. She began mouthing, thank you, probably feeling embarrassed that I had repaid her rudeness with kindness. When I got to the second window, I showed the server both receipts and I took her food too. to go back to the end and start all over again. Don't blow your horn at old people. We've been around for a long time.
Got her. Hey, if y'all want to support the channel, get yourself some One Notch gear, link in the description. We also got a new line of streetwear collection. Here's one of the new ones, Mackin' and Mobbin'.
I think if Hitler were alive today, he'd probably appear on Theo Vaughn's podcast. And Theo would be like, see, y'all did a lot of meth, right? I mean, all the Nazis were all fucked up on meth, right, Hitler? That shit'll make you crazy, dog. I did some meth once. I was up for 3 days, and then I ate a live bird. No shit, Hitler, a live bird, bro. Hey, Hitler, you probably didn't even hate the Jews. That was just the meth making you crazy, dog. Hey, Hitler. Do you want to apologize to all the Jews right now on my show? No? I get it.
Yeah, that sounds like Theo Vaughn.
I have some issues with the song Regulate by Warren G and Nate Dogg. The feller at the beginning introduces the Regulators as if they're an elite special forces unit of highly trained commandos. He says, we're damn good too, and you can't be any geek off the street. But then Nate Dogg and Warren G proceed to behave like the two most bumbling idiot geeks off the street in the history of Long Beach. You would think with an intro like that they'd be up to some important business, but Warren G's top secret regulator mission for the night is to drive around town looking for skirts to give him phones, while Nate Dogg is just on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Like, why didn't you just call him before you left the house? It only took Warren G about 30 seconds to get distracted from his mission by a group of strangers that he saw shooting dice in the street. He hopped out of his car with his rings and his Rolex on like, ooh, let me play. Obviously, he got jacked for everything he owned to the surprise of absolutely nobody other than Warren G himself. Can't believe they're taking Warren's wealth. Like, really? Because this was the most predictable armed robbery of all time. Meanwhile, Nate Dogg was also distracted from his mission by a group of hookers that he saw driving by. You know, maybe if he was a little more focused, he could have linked up with Warren G before he made it to that dice game, and this whole situation could have been completely avoided. Luckily, the hookers crashed their car into the curb, which caused Nate Dogg to look in the other direction, where he finally saw his homie and some suckers all in his mix. Now, this is where I'll give Nate Dogg a little credit, because apparently the dude is like John Wick out there. Those fellers had Warren G completely surrounded at pew pew point, and Nate Dogg managed to pull out his strap and lay them busters down single-handedly while leaving Warren G completely unscathed. However, the dude is a total psychopath, because 5 seconds after he let his gat explode, he switched his mind right back into freak mode. After a traumatic event like this, I would need at least a couple days to recover before I could switch my mind back into freak mode. Also, I would probably flee the scene and lay low for a little while, but these dudes are too horny for that. They decide to stick around the area and keep looking for skirts. Now, you would think a couple of high-value regulators like these two would be able to score some top-class poontang around here, but no. They just go back to that totaled car full of injured hookers and take them down to the East Side Motel. At least one of those dames was sexy as hell, but still. Next morning, after a wild night full of prostitution and mass unaliving, the regulators reconvene to discuss music theory of all things. Rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble. Chords, strings, we brings, melody. That feller at the beginning, you can't be any geek off the street. These dudes are literal band geeks talking about chords and whatnot. Also, the G-Funk era funked out with a gangsta twist. Like, y'all are just singing over a Michael McDonald instrumental. This is basically yacht rock. They still want to act all tough, like if your ass is a buster, 213 will regulate. Like, yeah, I guess Nate Dogg did kind of regulate those guys, but that was only after his best friend got stripped butt naked and robbed for everything he had while he pled for his life like a little bitch. If I had wings, I would fly. Save me, Nate Dogg. I don't know, I just feel like the next time I'm in trouble in the LBC, I'm gonna probably just call the police because the regulators don't seem very reliable or competent.
Well, that's a wrap on episode 1. Thanks for tuning in. If you want me to keep dropping them, hit the like button. Also, if anybody raps, I make beats. They're Bay Area style. They're on my One Notch channel. I'll leave that link in the description as well. Well, y'all stay smooth. Pain One's out. Peace.